Hey, greetings. Today I will be talking about my interdisciplinary studies experience, specifically with peace and conflict resolution. My name is Joana Marcos Garcia, and I do want to express before I begin that all of these views are personal and they're unrelated to the university. This is just my experience and the things that I learned from the process of getting this degree. So what it is, I've taken all of these writing samples directly from the UHM website. So what they describe the Interdisciplinary Studies program as an opportunity to pursue innovative fields of study, and it's giving you a chance to draw from other academic disciplines that kind of work together to create a powerful learning experience. And for the most part, they are correct. I do agree entirely with this. So what that can look like. So specifically, if you're using me as an example, my degree is a Bachelor of Arts in Peace and Conflict Resolution, Health Disparities as a Global Conflict. So the academics that I drew from, the departments I drew from, were from the Peace and Conflict, Education, Public Health, and Microbiology. So I took courses from all three of those departments to actually create this major. And so what's very important about the Interdisciplinary Studies major is that it lets you define your educational pathway. It lets you define what classes you want to take that will support an overall career goal. So it's not just a degree, it's putting a foundation to what you want to work for in the future. It allows you to bridge differences between separate departments to create innovative solutions for an overall problem, not just a career goal. So I know I want to do public health and work into the community of public health, but this degree allows me to further be successful, to learn more, and to have more creative problem-solving skills and more tools to actually do some positive peace change in my actual field. And I can do that by the peace and conflict education courses, microbiology courses, and public health courses that I utilized for my major. So for interdisciplinary studies majors, there are a few things to consider because this is not your traditional educational pathway. It is not your sort of traditional degree. So if you're like me and you're looking for a dual degree program, because I also have a Bachelor of Arts in Public Health, you have to think about, is this to supplement another degree, or is this expanding on knowledge that will help you later on in your life, in your career, or in your job? How can you make yourself more competitive professionally? Will this even help you holistically? What exactly is it that you want to do? And it's more thinking about you and less thinking about the exact specific job that you want. How will the Interdisciplinary Studies program help you? How can peace and conflict education help you in your private space, in your professional space, and in the decisions that you make to, like I said, actually conduct positive change? And if this is going to be a primary degree, now you should ask yourself, what exactly is the career that you want? What type of leader do you want to be? And how will combining specialties help you with your end goal interests? Because you are looking at very different departments. Like, for example, my public health and my peace and conflict education, those are very two different programs seemingly on the surface. So you have to ask yourself how combining these two departments will actually help you be a very successful leader and a very successful person. So what is it exactly that you want to do that a traditional pathway can't help you with? Because like I said, this is not a traditional pathway. You are looking at different departments and different courses and putting them together in a way that supports you and will help support others when you finally enter the professional sphere. So you have to ask yourself, how will this non-traditional educational pathway help you? And so it is a lot of thinking, a lot of asking these questions, because part of this process is justifying your reasoning and explaining it so that someone else that's not in your head can understand it. You're going to meet with an advisor, and part of your application process is actually writing down, this is what I want my degree to be, this is why, and this is how I think it will help me, help my community, and be very successful in the professional sphere. And so you're also going to have to think about the courses that you want. You're going to have to look at course catalogs and see, why would this certain microbiology course help me study health disparities? How can this particular peace and conflict education session support my career goals with this degree? And so I do want to say, even though I know that everyone says it all the time, that communication is key because this can be a lengthy process. You have to put essentially what's in your brain on a piece of paper and make it so that other people can understand it. People that don't have the same mindset or the same thoughts as you. So there are advisors to utilize, and please do utilize them when you're doing this process because they can help you translate something that's going on in your head into actual feasible actions. Because sometimes you might have an idea on your head that's not so feasible. My original degree wasn't health disparities as a global conflict. I don't even remember what exactly it was, but I do know that it took a few sessions with an advisor to actually talk about how we could make a concrete degree using peace and conflict education, because that is what I wanted to focus on. So you will have a lot of meetings to talk about this short little paragraph that you have to write to justify your new degree. And you use those meetings, take notes. It's very important that you do communicate and tell them what you really want. And that's what those original questions that we were looking at, like how does this help you holistically? How does this help you professionally? That's why those are very important, because you have to sort of justify why these specific courses out of so many. So you have to know how they'll help you. And so my personal experience with peace and conflict resolution, because this is kind of what we're focusing on with this session, is peace and conflict resolution is a way to integrate conflict resolution into my professional aspirations. So a traditional degree for me, in my experience, it's very nice, but it doesn't exactly lean into talking about how to conduct positive change. And so the Peace and Conflict Resolution Interdisciplinary Studies degree was very important for me because of that, because I could integrate conflict resolution tools into my everyday life with this degree. And this degree supplies those tools, as I said. And conflict resolution is applicable to all fields and is important to all fields. It's just as important to someone in public health who works in communities as someone who's maybe just an accountant or someone going into marketing. It is equally important, and it makes sense in both fields. So an IS in public conflict resolution, or in peace and conflict resolution, prepares you to look critically at every aspect of your field in order to fix systemic issues. So if you want to do your job, do it well, and be a leader in that field, you have to have the tools to be able to do that. And that's what the Peace and Conflict Resolution IS degree does, is it supplies you with the ability to fix issues as they come up, to fix conflicts as they come up, but also to look critically at the environment around you to see how you best fit and how you can best conduct change. And so that is my personal experience with the IS Peace and Conflict degree. I have used it every single day of my life. It has been a sort of holistic growth and assistance in that way. So it can be a lot of work to get this specific degree in terms of meeting with advisors and making time out of your day to go to these departments, but I do recommend them because of the tools that you are supplied with in the long term.